if you would like. As I mentioned, the trainers develop with here at the Vancouver Aquarium. The most important thing is husbandry, and that's why you're seeing at this very moment the dolphins participating in their very own healthcare behaviors. Right now the trainers are checking them over for anything unusual that might have appeared on their bodies recently, a new nick or cut or scratch, or any concern. We have an on-site veterinary team at any time. Now the really cool thing is that we can also do advanced husbandry behaviors with these dolphins. Probably all of you. And at the doctor's office, you things like voluntary nature, and those give the doctor a really good your body. Here at the aquarium, we can do at our doctor's office with the dolphins to ensure that they are just outside. So voluntary blood samples, urine samples, voluntary ultrasounds, those all help to keep these dolphins really, really healthy. So hopefully you're getting the picture that training is important inside and out. But training also helps us to ensure that these dolphins are getting the physical and Pacific white-sided dolphins are considered species of dolphin out in the ocean. So the very natural behaviors that you might see today, which include some higher energy behaviors like leaps or jumps, are things that provide them with the physical exercise that they require to keep them healthy. You might have pre-show that Helen was doing so these are natural behaviors, and providing them with that exercise keeps them very healthy physically. Now, of course, you might be familiar with the fact that dolphins are very intelligent. Has anybody ever heard just how smart dolphins are? That's a higher energy behavior for you, giving these dolphins that physical exercise, but they are intelligent, and so they need mental exercise as well, and that's where training comes in too. Has anybody here recently started learning Has anybody recently started to play a new instrument? Yeah, or maybe learn a new sport. Maybe you are on holidays, so visiting a different place, exploring a different place. Those are ways that we can keep our minds healthy and active, and that is just as important for these dolphins as it is for us. So they're constantly learning new things through their training sessions, and that really helps to keep them mentally stimulated. They work on a variety of different behaviors with the trainers, and all of this is made possible with the very strong relationship that the trainers develop with the dolphins. So I hope you're getting a little idea of how training works, healthy inside and out, and giving them to pass it over to Charlotte, the training process to us.
Thanks, Val. I sure can. And today I'm working with a beautiful Hannah, and I've been fortunate to build a trusting relationship with her. Some of you may be and I'm going to tell you guys about some of the tools that we use. One of the tools you've probably already heard throughout this session, and that's the whistle. What it means when Hannah hears that whistle is that she did a good job, and she can come back for some form of reward. Now that reward can be what we have in these buckets, which is fish, but we can also use other things that they like, such as ice, rubs, sometimes even toys. It's called successive approximations. Steps whenever we're training a new behavior. One of the behaviors I'm working with Hannah called the porpoise. You might have already seen Helen do earlier, is to do a bunch of little mini leaps around a perimeter. What I started with is what I've got in my hand right now. It looks like a giant, and all it is a focal point for Hannah. That way she knows exactly. Started with her is just touching it, just like, and get her to leap, just like she did there. And then once I had that strong, I can add in a hand gesture. Now I'm at the point where I no longer need the target pole. She already associates the hand gesture with the behavior that I'm training. You can watch and listen to hear for that whistle.
About how we support projects, but we protest outside and
She knows she did a good job. Continue watching the session for more training. Back to you, Maddie.
Thank you so much, Charlotte. Let's give Charlotte and Hannah a round of applause for. So training is a step by and it certainly would not be possible with these dolphins, and that is what makes it possible for us with every movement they make. It helps us to participate in meaningful research with these dolphins, and that helps us to protect them more effectively out of the ocean. The Vancouver Aquarium is a huge part of our work here. One example of that is a method of energy it takes to be. We found out in 2012 that it takes around 15,000 calories and evading predators and hunting out in the ocean. That is a lot of energy. It's about 10 times the amount each and every day. So if we were eating like one of these dolphins, we'd be eating about 50 cheeseburgers or 68 salmon every single day. Does anybody think they're up for the challenge? Might be pretty difficult. Participate in meaningful. Once again, we are a self-supporting organization that is dedicated to the conservation of aquatic life. And we wouldn't be able to do this at the Vancouver Aquarium. We would like to thank you so much for joining us here today. We very much appreciate your support. And we'd also like to encourage you to come on back and consider purchasing a membership, which should pay for itself in just a couple of visits to the aquarium. That allows you to come and see us up to 365 days a year. But for now, on